Okay, welcome back everybody for lesson number 5. Hi sis.
Hi,
Long
welcome.
time, long time no see.
Yeah, long time.
All right, lesson number 5. I am never upset for the reason I think.
Can you say that again?
I am never upset for the reason I think.
I
This
remember that one.
idea, what's that?
I remember that lesson very well.
Okay, let's unpack it. This idea, like the preceding one, can be used with any person, situation, or event you think is causing you pain.
Mm,
Apply it specifically to whatever you believe is the cause of your upset, using the description of the feeling in whatever term seems accurate to you. The upset may seem to be fear, worry, depression, anxiety, anger, hatred, jealousy, or any number of other forms, all of which will be perceived as different. There's
what
something
about physical pain?
that's just a perception of that it would be different from something else, right?
Yeah.
Ah, that's a key sentence. He says, all of which will be perceived as different. This is not true.
Ooh,
Ah.
ooh.
However, until you learn that form does not matter, each form becomes a proper subject for your exercises for the day. Applying the same thought to each of them separately is the first step in ultimately recognizing they are all the same. So all form, no matter what it calls itself, if it's in this gap, serves the same purpose and it's all illusion. One is not more meaningful or meaningless than another, right? They all have the same goal. But we need to recognize that they're all the same. And that's what this lesson is, workbook lesson is bringing us to see. We call them different things, but they're really the same. When using the thought for today for a specific perceived cause of an upset in any form, use both the name of the form in which you see the upset and the cause to which you ascribe it. For example, I am not angry at my partner for the reason I think. I am not afraid of this body for the reason I think. So it's I am not angry at, and then we fill in the blank for whatever we perceive as the cause of our upset. So I am not angry at, fill in the blank, for the reason I think, or I am not afraid, or I am not worried, or I am not jealous, or I am not depressed at, or over, fill in the blank for the reason I think. So we're coupling our emotion with whatever we've assigned cause to and recognizing that we're really not feeling that emotion for the reason that we think. But again, this should not be substituted for practice periods in which you first search your mind for, quote, sources of upset in which you believe and forms of upset which you think result. In these exercises, more than in the preceding ones, you may find it hard to be indiscriminate and to avoid giving greater weight to some subjects than to others. It might help to precede the exercises with the statement, there are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. Can we stop just for a second there? We're all going to come to this understanding that only when our mind is at peace can we receive the thoughts of God. And so while we're valuing separation and while we still believe that mythical me is going to give us something that we want, we are going to want that sense of contraction that Nouk was describing in the last session. Something to upset the peace of our mind, something where our thoughts can literally contract around. You can feel the contraction when you say the word hatred, or fear
Yeah.
or anger or upset, right? There's a physiological feeling that accompanies that, or when you think you're about to be in an accident or someone tells you of a diagnosis, there's a contracted state that keeps your mind in fear and worry and trying to save itself. So that state of mind is a block to the peace in which the memory of God returns. So there are no small upsets. Every single upset has the same goal of blocking your mind or preventing your mind from coming to that status of a sense of peace where God can be heard, or the voice for Holy Spirit can reach our awareness. Yeah. Okay. It says, then examine your mind, excuse me, then examine your mind for whatever is distressing you, regardless of how much or how little you think it is doing so. You may also find yourself less willing to apply today's idea to some perceived sources of upset than to others. If this occurs, think first of this. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purposes of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. This is what we were talking about, that anything that shares the same purpose is actually the same. Doesn't matter if we perceive it in different forms, if it shares the same purpose, it's all the same. Then search your mind for no more than a minute or so and try to identify a number of different forms of upset that are disturbing you, regardless of the relative importance you may give them. Apply the idea for today to each of them, using the name of both the source of the upset as you perceive it and the feeling as you experience it. Further examples are, I am not worried about blank for the reason I think. I am not depressed about fill in the blank for the reason I think. 3 or 4 times during the day is enough. I am never upset for the reason I think. Anything you wanted to add, sis?
No, I'm asking Holy Spirit in my mind. There's nothing that I can add right now.
Yeah. That's, yeah, some, it might be just a helpful thing to consider. Like if you had to write out your top 3 or 4 things in your life that are bringing you distress right now, whatever those are, what a powerful thing to recognize that each of those things, they may seem different, they might involve different persons or circumstances. But the catch is that it's never about the situation. It's never about that person. It's actually about the feeling state, the emotion that that situation brings and its effect upon your mind. So those thoughts, that problem that you're seeing, what it's really for through the ego thought system is to bring your mind into a state of distress or contraction to keep you out of peace. It's the camouflage, it's smoke and mirrors. You're going to have a million different forms out there, but when we recognize they all serve the same thing, to keep my mind in a state of continual unrest, to keep the peace and memory of God out. Yeah. That's the bigger picture of this lesson.
Yep. Yep, that's the ego's function, right?
That's it.
Keep us away from God, from peace, from joy, from love, from true communication.
Yes. Keep
True
us in
happiness.
split mind. Right. Yeah. That's really what all this is about, just to keep ourselves so preoccupied in an illusion that we don't ever allow just enough time and space or peace and presence, peace and presence, so that something real can take place.
That's it. Yep.
Thoughts of
So-
God cannot enter in. Yeah, go ahead, sis. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to, I'm never upset for the reason I think.
Mhm.
I've noticed your internet is just up and down, you know, because the screen freezes a bit here and can still hear you.
Okay.
But I'm just applying the lesson. I'm never upset for the reason I think. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, all right. Well, I hope the recording wasn't so delayed that it's causing a serious disconnect.
No, it just ran for 2 or 3 seconds. That's all.
Okay. So will you all forgive me? I'm having this worked on, so it should be great the next time we join.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Forgiven.
Thank you. All right.
Okay.
So that's lesson 5. That's a biggie.
Lesson 5. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.